Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports. You're listening to episode 29.
What is up?
We're happy you're with us today. We're happy you can see us today. I'm Joel. We got Will and Colby over here. We're going to be talking Lightning. We got Rays baseball coming up this week.
Woohoo!
Right there.
Didn't think I'd see the day, but we are here. 2024 is among us.
Spring has sprung.
And we are excited for today.
Oh,
we
man.
got a game at the end, another little special game. Will's hosting this one, and it's
I'm
gonna
proud
be good.
of it.
Call
It's
us
my baby.
Call us TB3 Game Talk at this rate. I'm kidding, guys. I think everyone loves the games. We love the games.
It's
and
classic podcast.
We've gotten some good feedback and all that good stuff. We love the games, and I think some of our diehards love the games too.
It's a slow news month.
It's a slow news month, but it's picking up quickly. And what a great day to talk some sports with the boys. What a great day. Great day to have a great day.
Completely agree. Love hanging out with you guys, talking some puck, some ball, whatever it is. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited because we got Rays baseball on Sunday. Can you believe
Yes.
it? There's a game this Sunday. Your Tampa Bay Rays in spring training. And I can't wait to catch some games with you guys, too. I know that'll be really fun.
Oh, yes.
And, more content on the way. It's what we're looking forward to, so...
Yeah, and speaking of playing games right now, there's only one team that's playing actual regular season games. We've said it before last couple weeks. We'll say it again. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning. It is the stretch run. The season is winding down, and the Lightning are in fringe playoff contention. They are in a stretch of games they got to win. It's kind of do or die time for the Lightning. It's not must-win games yet, but you want to win a lot of these games. We got 4 games we're going to recap for you.
This was one of the tougher weeks of their schedule.
This was a very tough week of their schedule, but there were some highs and there were some lows, and we're going to start.
Started off great.
It started off great.
The highs kind of came and went pretty quick.
Yeah,
so.
it was like a pew. That's what it was. But we're going to start off with the good. This game was going on actually during the recording of episode 28 of TB3. So if you want to hear some live reactions, listen to that episode. But you're still on this episode because we're going to talk about the game, and we're talking about the Bolts versus the Bruins in Boston in TD Garden. And man, classic rivalry, and it delivered as the Lightning would come out early on and get a nice little squibber goal from Eric Chernak just crossing the line. They reviewed it. They would say goal stands. The Lightning would go up 1-0, and this score would hold. It's 1-0 going into the second period. And then early on in the second, on the power play, that lethal Lightning power play, Nikita Kucherov scores his goal, his 34th goal of the season to put the Lightning up 2-0. But that lead would not last for much longer, as Charlie McAvoy, about a minute later, would slice the Lightning lead in half with a goal. And then towards the end of the period, James Van Riemsdyk would tie this game up 2-2. And then we're going to the third. Who will get the big goal in the third period to take the lead? No one would. And we would head to overtime. Who would get the game winner to send the other team home? No one would. We needed a shootout to finish this game. And on the shootout, Vazzy was strong. And he stopped every single shot that the Bruins attempted on him. 3 out of 3 stops for Vazzy. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Braden Point speeds past the Boston goalie, scores a wrister. The Lightning win this game 3-2 after a shootout.
He's pretty much automatic in shootouts. Like, it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, the combination of his speed and his skill. I mean, one-on-one with a goalie is hard to stop, Mr. Point.
Yeah, man. I think we've said it enough on this podcast. I love beating Boston. Love beating them. This win felt really good, and it started off the week amazing. We were all celebrating. I think it was towards the very end of the show they won, and it felt really good just to see that pop up on the screen. So I'm super happy. And yeah, Point, man, what a dog. What a dog there to seal it off in overtime. And it didn't look pretty, too, towards the end there. So I'm glad they were able to get it done.
Yeah, and as we look back in this game, the Lightning played a really good start to this game. They got ahead early with, like I said, a kind of a cheap goal from Eric Chernak, but a goal is a goal. You'll take it, especially on the road in a big game. And they did a really good job, especially in the first period, of playing solid defense in the Bruins. They limited early opportunities for the Bruins. They kept the puck off Vazzy early, so that was a good sign. But then as the game kind of went on, this game was all about Vazzy and the penalty kill. As the Boston Bruins were 0 for 6 on their power play in this game, the penalty kill was outstanding. Andrei Vasilevsky was outstanding. And that's what sticks out to me most about this game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love when you see that from Vazzy, especially when the team might not be playing bad, but they're not playing up to what we expect them to. And when you have someone like Vazzy who you can just rely on in the net and keep games close, whether we're ahead or behind, just keep us within striking distance. And, yeah, I think he definitely deserves MVP for this game.
Yeah, it's the classic Lightning recipe, and you want to see more and more of that heading into this playoff run.
36 out of 38 shot attempts saved by Andrei Vasilevsky, including
crazy.
All 3 on the shootout, like we mentioned, and two just incredible saves at the end of overtime, both with less than a minute to go. The Lightning they ran out of steam at the end. The Bruins seemed primed to get a dagger goal before the shootout, and Vazzy did not let it happen. He had a couple amazing saves in that game, and I'm all with Will. He was definitely the MVP of the game. But I mean, as for the goalie players, I think it was good to see. I think just people like Hagel and Cirelli have just been so good recently, and that's when you see that the team able to score off like mucky goals, and then also the penalty kill, which both those guys are very big players on the penalty kill. So those guys' improved play was a big reason why the penalty kill was so good.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Hagel all year has been amazing on the penalty kill and has even come up with some chances of his own on there, shorthanded. So love to see that. And then Cirelli, dude, I feel like we've been begging him to get it going forever now. So hopefully this is kind of a start of something, especially when we get towards the playoffs, because we need both of them to be huge. Can't always rely on Cooch and Stamkos.
Yeah, it was a slow start for Mr. Tony Cirelli, but last month it's been real good for him. So yeah, I'm with Will. It kind of seemed like we didn't hear about anything about Cirelli until the new year struck.
Was he out for a little bit of the year?
I don't even think so. I just think he was quiet. He was just
AFK.
Yeah, honestly. So it's good to see him step up because he's a good player. He got paid because he's a really good player. Huge part of our cup runs. He's a great player. And I'm glad to see him playing up to his potential. As for, I guess, the bad, both those Boston goals, it sucks when you get a 2-0 lead to just lose half of that lead in under a minute, which is what happened in the second period. And both the Boston goals in that second period, a lot of net front presence for them. So the Lightning have struggled with that in the past of not being able to, give Vazzy clear lanes to see shots on goal. So definitely want to see that cleaned up. But other than that, defensively, solid game for the Bulls.
Yeah, you took away exactly what I was going to say, and I've seen that start to happen as more of a trend, is where it's almost like they're losing track of some of these guys who squeak out in front of the net like that. I don't know what that reason is, but we've seen it in games in the past. They're just not good at keeping that blue crease free of bodies, so they got to step up in that department and fix that, because, again, it's impossible. As good as Vazzy is, it's impossible if he can't see where the puck's coming from. So, yeah, I agree with you. I was going to say that as well.
Yeah, a little bit more physicality, too. They kind of just let people get there, and I know you're not allowed to totally bump someone off their spot in hockey, but you can get physical with them, and they just kind of let them just stand there and just put their stick down and try to prevent the puck going there. But the actual presence is what's hurting Vazzy on these shots. So
maybe Vazzy needs to slash him a little bit. The goalies get away with everything.
Like a Jordan Bennington move.
Yeah, just get a little slashy.
He's done it too.
Yeah, hey, that's goalies. Goalies always have a little bit of an attitude problem. Not Vazzy, of course, but a lot of other goalies, they're particular with what they want to see on the ice. So
Yeah, well, Bennington, he has to make up for being garbage. So
a schlemo. That's what Bennington is, bro. Oh, my goodness.
he's got to make up for being garbage. So that's really his thing. I still hate him. I don't know why I do, but I really cannot stand Bennington.
I think that's it for this Bruins game. You guys got anything else?
Just in your face, Boston.
Yeah, another L for Boston. At least the Red Sox are going to start playing. Oh, wait, they're trash. Worst team in the AL East. Wah, wah. At least you had a good Patriots season.
Patriots.
Wah, wah.
I love seeing the Fallout City.
They do
give it like a couple years in the Celtics.
They do have the Celtics.
Get rid of Tatum.
They might.
They can't win with them. They can't win.
Yeah, the Celtics might win it all this year. They got a good team.
No, they're not getting past.
It's all right. They still got the New England Revolution.
They're not getting past the Orlando Magic. They're not doing it. They're not doing it.
We need a Tampa team.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Song's in my head all day.
Oh. All right. We're moving on, unless we got something. But yeah, screw you, Boston.
Boston. I think we got into that. So go to the next game. Another great game.
Another great game against a great opponent. The Lightning went back home to beautiful Amalie Arena to face off against the Colorado Avalanche, a rematch of the 2022 Stanley Cup Final where the Lightning were not able to pull it out. But I have a feeling that this outcome was going to be different than that Stanley Cup Final. But let's get into the game. And so a guy that actually Will mentioned on the show a couple weeks ago who was not happy with the Avalanche actually had a huge game for the Avalanche against the Lightning. And I'm talking about the first goal that the Avalanche had in this game. It was Bowen Byram. He started off the game scoring a goal, his 7th of the year, put the Lanch up 1-0. But the Lightning would strike back as Braden Point would get an unassisted goal to tie the game up 1-1. And then Nikita Kucherov, his 35th goal of the season, puts the Lightning up 2-1, headed into the second period. And then in the second period, that guy again, Bowen Byram, would score another goal, his 8th of the year, tie the game up. We are all knotted at 2. Headed into the third. In this third period, it was a doozy. Colorado would take the lead 3-2 on a power play goal early on in the period, but then only 20 seconds later on a breakaway, the captain gets a little fancy with it. A forehand, backhand, forehand goal. Steven Stamkos, his 23rd of the season, makes it 3-3, and then Nikita Kucherov gets his 36th. Beautiful goal. Also 4-3 Lightning. And then the Lightning would hold. Really good defense. Kept the pressure on to end the game. And the Lightning would get 2 empty net goals by Anthony Cirelli and Nick Perbix to close this game out and give the Lightning a 6-3 victory against one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, what a win this was. And I think the only thing I really have to say about this one is, like, is it nice to see another team have defensive breakdowns? Because I've been so sick of seeing the Lightning do it, and then we play the Avs, and they have a bunch of defensive breakdowns, especially the one that led to Stamkos' breakaway. So that was refreshing. And then, yeah, just a dominant game from start to finish, really. I know you kind of gave up a goal right away, but you're able to score 2 within, like, the next 2 minutes. So to jump right back, answer the bell, get a lead. And then the same thing happened in the third when they lost the lead. They were able to strike right back, not as quickly, but yeah.
It was 20 seconds later in the third period.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like 26 seconds.
Yes.
Exactly, 26 seconds. So, yeah, you love to see that. I hate how Ross Colton scored against us.
Did he? No, he didn't score. Did. No, it was Bowen Byram, and then a guy did not know his names.
You sure Colton didn't score?
Not according to...
Okay, good. Never mind.
Yeah, would have hated that. No, you're thinking of another game where a former Lightning guy got 2 goals that we're going to talk about in a second.
Am I thinking about the next game? Maybe
you're thinking
am.
You're thinking about.
I know. I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I'll get mad at that one.
Well, that one stunk.
You gotta love a breakaway goal, and from Steven Stamkos.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It's one of those highlight things of his career.
I just love in hockey.
We'll see it again.
I love in hockey when you score a goal and like you're still like standing up. Like Steven Stamkos scored that goal, made his move, and he was like. He sometimes you're speeding by and you like go all the way into the wall. He was just standing there watching the goalie look like he was on skates. Oh wait, he was on skates. Looked like he was stupid, and it was a beautiful move. And I'm with Will. The response by the Lightning in this game was the most impressive thing that I saw. Just the ability against a really good team, a team that is going to put up points. Rantanen, McKinnon, Makar, a bunch of stars on this team. You didn't get down. They weathered the storm, and then they would punch back, and it was really impressive to see. I think to me it was one of the most impressive games of the Lightning season.
It really was, and I even look back, and I know 6-3 is still kind of a big win, but I think it could be even more because you look at the second period, and I'd say that was probably their weakest of the three. They still had a bunch of chances, like a bunch, and they could have easily put 10 on them. Despite not even, I wouldn't even say that was their best period of the game. And, you just think as soon as that goal went in to start the first period, I mean, it was really their game for the rest of it. You just love to see that, and especially against like a team like that. I didn't have high hopes for that game. Just because the Avalanche
they beat us pretty
fast.
Good earlier on in the season.
Yeah,
it was a pretty dominant game that they beat us by.
But do you think it was the new uniforms?
Hey,
Donning the new uniforms that give them a little bit of a spark that they needed, maybe.
I think there was like an interesting buzz in the arena. I think the uniforms did kind of give at least the building a spark, and they look good in them. I don't know. I was questioning the jerseys at the start. Still not a huge fan of the logo and on the chest, but the color scheme, the blue and the white, the black, I think that looks beautiful, and the stripes on the arms. Love
really?
The stripes. I like the stripes.
I'd say I'm the opposite. I think I like the logo, but I hate the stripes.
Really?
I hate the stripes.
I don't like the stripes or the logo, but those are some nice numbers on the back.
The numbers are cool.
The numbers are the best part. I'm with Joel. The numbers
cool
look
too.
good.
The pants are cool. Man, I wish they'd sell like pants like you just wear like gym shorts with that stuff on. They need to do that. If Fanatics could do anything right, which they don't.
Dude, Fanatics, bro.
Make some shorts.
We got nut imprints
like
on the baseball jerseys now because of Fanatics, bro.
It's like graphic. I mean, you're gonna have to blur it out.
Yeah, you're gonna
for the broadcast.
It's gonna be not safe for work. Just a baseball game.
Exactly.
See through. Oh no.
Well,
Oh no!
Oh, the most unimportant one fell.
It's funny.
The Seminoles are out of the playoff race.
It's funny that it stays on the entire time we're setting up. We're going through.
It's okay. We don't even need that one.
It's almost the main one. That's why it's in the middle.
The college football playoff committee got it. Yeah. They got it.
You said it before we started that most of the listeners came from the Knowles podcast.
It's definitely Bucks' number one, what people come to see. But Knowles might be top three. Honestly.
And they're not three. They're not three.
If you're only listening to this podcast, one of our pennants on the wall just fell.
Oh, yeah, true. I love when I'm listening on Spotify and they like try to describe what happened for the people who are watching. I actually love that as a Spotify listener, so I hope you guys love it too.
We don't have anything really to show still. We're just on camera.
You get to look at us.
You get to look at our handsome faces. Another thing. What do you got?
Oh, go ahead. It's probably actually like important.
I was reeling it back into the game. But what I was going to say about this Lightning and Avalanche game, what really stuck out to me was the Lightning looked really speedy this game. They were able to match a very fast and talented team, like you mentioned. Avalanche, like blow for blow. I mean, this game was back and forth all the time. Like Will said, the Lightning are going to have their defensive breakdowns. That's what they do. The Avalanche had defensive breakdowns. The puck was going up and down the ice a lot, but the Lightning, they weren't getting left in the dust. They really did a good job of matching the Avalanche speed, which I think has been one of their weak spots this year as a person who watches the Lightning. So to see that was really encouraging for me.
Yeah, matching the speed and definitely taking away the momentum, because we mentioned a little earlier, but you think, to score a power play goal pretty early into the third, that strikes a lot of fear into other teams, and it kind of seems like you're going to be done, and then it was like that never even happened. You wouldn't even know that the Avalanche scored in that period based on how well they played, scoring 2 empty netters and another goal. So, yeah, momentum and matching the speed is huge, because that's the Avalanche's bread and butter. You take that away, or at least match it, and they're going to have a tough time. So you love to see great game plan by Coop.
Mm-hmm. I
Great
agree.
game plan. I was going to say, you see McKinnon get smacked in the face.
Oh, yeah.
He took a puck to the face. That was like It was like you just took the whole puck. Like normally you brace for it, you seek. I'm like, he's just like not even looking. It was like bam.
That scares me about hockey. Like playing hockey, like just getting clean puck to the face, like under like the face mask. Oh, that scares me so bad. That's why I couldn't be a hockey player. Also, that's a good point. Nikita Kucherov 3 points, McKinnon 2. That's my MVP. All right, outplayed him in the biggest matchup. All right,
let's see it again in the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll beat them.
Just give him the award, please.
It's a regular season award.
No debate.
It's a regular season award.
Just give him the award.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. If you were in Amalie Arena on Thursday night, shout out you, because that was a loud stadium that night. It was palpable. I could hear it when I was watching on TV, when I was watching back to watch the film. It was loud, really loud, and not just during the goals and stuff. Like it was the buzz and the energy was loud during the play, moving back and forth. So shout out you and Amalie Arena, because it was really loud for a regular season game. But I think the fans are starting to lock in, just like the players are starting to lock in, just like we're starting to lock in. That's good to see. I just want to shout out the crowd.
Yeah.
Shout
out you guys.
I love when Tampa fans. I love when they show up, bro, because they're powerful. Love the
This
Tampa
was a
fans.
big week for fans. We'll get to it in a little bit in Ray's talk, but I'm pretty high on Tampa Bay fans this time this year. So
and you don't hear that often when you're hearing.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like all three teams too. I've had good things to say about the fans this year.
Honestly, Rays fandom was like one of the most positive seasons of fandom ever until the playoffs.
Yeah,
like the actual
really
regular
good.
season was amazing, but the playoffs was a down. And then Bucks Eagles was electric. Oh,
that
man,
was the
electric.
craziest crowd I've ever seen.
I didn't think a Bucks crowd could get to that. I really didn't. It felt like it wasn't as crazy as college football, but it felt like a college football.
Man.
It was
really close.
It was in the same stratosphere. I agree.
Especially with the flags. Everybody got
flags
the
are
flags
sick.
waving around.
Flags are sick. And then shout out the Lightning crowd, and I hope we get some playoff games for them to show out even more in April and May.
I haven't been to a playoff game in a while. I might need to go to one.
I think we should correspond. We should Dude.
I've not been to a Lightning playoff game.
Oh my goodness.
They're fun. They're fun.
There's something.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, we might have to correspond. I just have big game fever. I want to go to any big game I can, dude. I love it.
Well, dude, their run has really started when I was at school. I've
Yeah.
missed
That's
so
true,
much
that's
time.
true.
I missed both. Well, I missed one of the cups. I was at school for one of them. I was very sad. Very sad I missed that.
Well, me and Joel went to one of the first like full capacity or close to full capacity games after COVID when they were playing their second cup run. I think it was Hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good game. They lost, but it was fun. And it was fun to be back. Like, I missed going to sporting events so much during COVID. That was like, I missed it so bad.
I think it was close too. So there's something about when it's a close game where it's like it's still.
It was overtime,
loud.
I think.
Yeah.
I think they lost in overtime, which sucks.
We went to Sparkman's Wharf for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup. Do you remember
We
that?
lost that one. Right?
Yeah, and it was like pouring down rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was brutal.
I think I had a really good ice cream cone though.
We got like some kind. It was like Nashville hot chicken. Or
wait,
something
which
like that.
which game 5?
Canadians.
No, Canadians.
And it was just pouring down rain. It was
4.
away.
It was game 4.
Or Game 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Game 4. And I had a feeling they were going to lose because I just felt like they had dominated that series so much they're going to win in front of the fans, which they did. But I was like, I still want to go in case they win. Be down in the city.
You can't risk it.
Be down in the city, see a
So
win.
you weren't in there when it was game 5. I was there when it was game 5.
we
It was
were in the
awesome.
parking garage.
Yeah, we were in the parking garage at Thunder Alley.
Yeah, I went to Game 4.
Man, that
and they
stinks.
lost.
That is your luck, man.
And it was soaking wet. We were.
It was rain.
Ugh.
It rained that night too, though. But it was fun rain. It was frolicking type rain, if you will.
It was bad rain. If you can remember, it was terrible.
Yeah, that was rough. We were under something though.
We had those beach chairs that had like the roof,
Oh yeah.
but it still like didn't do anything. Like I
Shout
was
out
still
Mr.
completely soaked.
Oh, that's so funny. You guys had like a roof.
We had
chair.
a roof. It didn't help.
That's
Did not
funny.
help at all.
That's really funny. I think we move on. We're
Let's
reminiscing.
move on to
Let's move on.
Monday,
So yeah,
Tuesday.
all this positive things that we've been saying. went down the drain. These last two games that
We
we're going to
don't
talk
have to talk about
we're
one
not
of
going
them.
to. I'm not even going to
Please.
recap it. I'm just going to tell you guys that the Lightning, they come off two huge wins. Another home game
Huge wins.
against their bitter rival, the Florida Panthers, a team that they historically own. They've beaten them in the playoffs multiple times, and they got shellacked. The Lightning lost this game 9-2. I'm not recapping all these goals because I don't want to. The Florida Panthers beat the Lightning 9-2 in embarrassing fashion. A horrible game. Any thoughts?
Another football score. I only like it when it's on when my team does it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was funny that John Cooper said for 26 seconds it was a hell of a game.
That's a good quote.
'Cause
Another.
that really, it's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
Well, they were up 1-0.
Yeah, they scored right away.
That's so bad. So bad. And so this is not the first time the Lightning have lost by 7 this year. They lost by 7 to the Stars earlier this year. I don't know if you guys remember that game. I don't because I blocked it out of my mind. But
we had another pretty big loss recently, right? Like maybe a week ago.
nah, I think it was like 6-2. But
It's still pretty
seven-
big.
That's big enough.
Yeah, it's
put,
big.
Put another goal on it. And
this
that's
was the 7th largest loss in Lightning history, tied for it. So yeah, the Lightning are setting records at least somehow. I'm surprised. The Lightning have lost by 10 before. That's their largest loss. So that's crazy.
that must have been like a '90s team.
Yeah,
it was
It had
early.
to be at the
It was early.
fairgrounds.
Yeah.
or like 2006.
In the Trop, lost by 10 in the Trop. No way. Come on.
Back when they had the lady goalie or whatever.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, that was a horrible game. So horrible game. And we were hoping it would be a one-off, and the Lightning would be able to bounce back. And let's see, the Lightning, after a great start to their homestand and then a terrible second game, going to their third game of this homestand in Amalie Arena against a team that they have not been able to crack this year, I'm pretty sure. The Ottawa Senators, and the Lightning would not come out great. They would go down 2-0 in the first period, and the first goal was scored by This first goal was scored by Stützle, who's I think a young prospect for the Senators. Nasty goal, horrible defense though. We'll get into that. And then an old Lightning player, what Will was talking about, Matthew Joseph scored his 9th goal of the season to make it 2-0 Ottawa Senators, and then that guy again, Matthew Joseph, would get to his 10th goal of the season, scoring his 2nd of the night, making it 3-0 Senators. But the Lightning, they have a little fight. Mitchell Chaffee, the young gun, gets his 2nd goal of the year. A broken play, puts it in. It's 3-1 Lightning. But then a random vet on your Ottawa Senators, Vladimir Tarasenko, makes it 4-1 Senators. Braden Point would cut in the lead 4-2 very quickly after that. But the Lightning would not get anything else. They would lose this game 4-2. And this one was a tough loss, really tough loss.
Yeah, I think the worst part is you get off of a terrible loss, just disgusting loss on Saturday, and you know the magnitude of it. We consider them rivals, and then even after looking at some of the post-game stuff, like the players consider the Panthers rivals, okay? So that was a big game. You get embarrassed, and then you think they'd come out with a little bit of fire for this game, a little bit of some anger, play angry, and they really didn't. They just played slow throughout. Looked like they didn't want to be out there. It was embarrassing. I thought this loss was not as bad, but it was pretty. You don't expect to see your team play like that after an embarrassing loss. Yeah. You just don't expect them to see that. We know what this team could do, and that's what frustrated me the most.
I mean, it's definitely a game you expect to win, but they're coming out probably still sorry for the game against the Panthers, and that's what they put up.
That's what I'm saying. You think it would fire them up?
Yeah.
It was interesting because I feel like they did kind of come fired up. They had a lot of chances, like first 5 minutes of the game, but none of them went in. Obviously, a couple good saves by the Ottawa goalie, and then they kind of just seemed to get demoralized. Like I do think there was some lasting impacts from that loss to Florida because they didn't have a lot of fortitude. They didn't have a lot of ability to answer just to answer goals or to answer, anything. They just didn't. And it was kind of just like the opposite of what we were talking about in Colorado or versus Colorado. They weren't able to answer. They didn't have any fortitude, and they kind of just rolled over. I mean, they got a couple goals in there, had a couple opportunities late in the game, but they never were really
couldn't keep
fully
it within
back in this
2
game.
goals.
No.
They just couldn't even make it a 1-goal game, even that. And that's what I meant to say, Matthew Joseph.
Yeah.
I knew a former Lightning had scored against us, and that makes me just violently mad. Violently mad. He scored 2 against us, seriously. And he scored in 5 games against the Lightning. He scored 4 goals.
Wow.
You won 2 cups here, buddy.
Yeah,
what are you trying to prove?
Don't be mad at us, man. I do think we traded him away to use someone else, so he might be a little angry. He might have. Honestly, I think it's like kind of valid, but also like, come on, guys, come on, Matthew. We don't hate you. We liked you. You got some time in. I know you didn't get a lot of run during those runs, but
I know he's only got like 7 goals this season or something like that.
He got up to 10 after that night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then 2 of them come against the Lightning. That's fishy to me. I don't like it.
He knows their system.
Yeah. I think, man, this was pretty bad defense to me. Like, I don't know if you guys watched the game, viewers / my fellow podcast mates. Of course you guys watched the game. I'm not saying viewers. I don't know if you watched the game, but the first Ottawa goal was such bad defense, I almost threw up. This dude, I don't even remember his name. This dude, literally, I'm not even kidding, weaved through 3 Lightning defenders and put it in, like montage mode. It just, beforehand, backhand to the side of Vazzy, and oh my goodness, it was such bad defense. And there's just been some head-scratching moments like that for the Lightning this season where I'm like, what are we doing? Like, it's like they're playing hockey and they're not. It's like hands-off hockey. They don't want to play with any physicality, and it's frustrating. It is frustrating. And that was like a highlight of it because that goal was just bad. If you guys want to see it, just look up the highlights and look up Ottawa's first goal. It was a highlight play for the Ottawa guy, for the Senators player, but it was a pretty bad look for the Lightning defense.
Yeah, they've had sloppy turnovers. They've just played poorly in their zone. I think even Stamkos was one of them. I think he had a pretty sloppy turnover in that game as well that led to a goal. So you just... top to bottom, it's not just a couple guys. It seems like it affects them all. And you just can't afford to have games like that. You just can't.
8 giveaways for the Lightning. Way too many giveaways. Yeah, sloppy game. Not controlling the puck, giving it away. Not good shots. Not good decisions. Not physical. Just a really bad game. I'm with Will. This was not as discouraging as the Florida game, but it was on the same tier. It was a really discouraging game in a stretch where we really need wins.
It's discouraging to see it back to back.
Yeah.
Like there's been a couple times where it seems like we're getting out of the defensive rut we're in, and then to have it 2 games in a row like this is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a really
maybe 3.
Yeah, maybe 3. We don't know. Well, you'll just have to find out next week.
I got a bad feeling.
I do have a bad feeling about that. Oh, man. Lightning.
We own the Caps. What are you talking about?
Just from us to you,
Don't
the
y'all
Lightning.
remember 2018?
Yeah. Shush. Don't. That was my worst. That was my least favorite moment when I first episode of this show.
They would have won the cup too.
They would have. They totally would have.
That would have started the dynasty.
That would have we would already be a dynasty by now. I think we need one more cup to become a dynasty. Man,
in this era, yeah.
Man. Yeah, but the Lightning need to turn on. They really do. It's starting to get to a point. I'm going to pull up the standings because I am the intern, the stats guy. Just kidding.
No, he's over there doing something else. We got him for later.
That's not beneath me. The Lightning are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are 8th. 8th in the West. Or East. Sorry. I knew that. I misspoke. 8th in the East. Last wild card spot. And they got a bunch of people on their tail. I guess they're 5 points ahead of Washington. So they have a good 5-point lead ahead of the people under them. But there's a whole jumble. It's only a couple games. And the Lightning have got to find that consistent play again. Just to have such huge wins at the beginning of this week and then come back home and have 2 straight duds, it's discouraging, and the Lightning really have got to take it to a whole another level as the season closes.
Dude, does Washington have any games in hand on us?
Yes. The Lightning have played 3 more than Washington, and 3 more than the Islanders, and 2 more than the Devils, and 4 more than the Penguins.
We're essentially tied for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Joel. So, yeah, it's tight. Lightning have got to start winning some games. Got to. And
those are some tough teams. You got the Capitals, of course. Pittsburgh's even in the mix still. New Jersey's kind of come to life a little bit.
Yeah,
and the Islanders
New Jersey
are a solid
this week,
team.
too. You played Capitals.
And the
bad feeling about it.
Well, yeah, you can do some damage here this week.
Wait, is it Islanders and Devils back-to-back?
Islanders and Devils back-to-back.
On the road, though.
Both right within, right there for that last seed in the playoffs. But you win those 2 games, that would be very huge for playoff implications. Hopefully some teams lose, too. I like a lot of East games for the rest of February. Let's see about March.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big stretch for the Eastern Conference.
I mean,
here.
you're looking at it right now. Capitals, Islanders, Devils. Again, have a bad feeling about that Capitals game for some reason.
I felt so good when we started the pod too.
Yeah, I know. But that's a stretch of the teams you're competing against. Those are all in that looking for that last spot. So you got to win these games. Now you're going on the road. You're home against Washington. Again, bad feeling about it. But then you're going on the road against the Devils and the Islanders. You got to find the gusto and the want to go on the road and get a big win. Got to.
Mm-hmm. And Joel, you were talking about the big loss last week. That was the Islanders. They lost 6-2. So you need to get some revenge on these guys. You need some revenge. Got to beat them.
Before we get into predictions, I just want to kind of highlight some breaking news a little bit. And it's some trade deadline rumors for your Tampa Bay Lightning as defenseman, yeah, that's the right word. Come on, Colby. Defenseman Noah Hannafin has been heavily linked to the Tampa Bay Lightning. He is a Calgary Flames defenseman. He is considered as one of the top targets on the deadline on the market. He has 9 goals and 21 assists this year. He's a veteran. He's been around a long time. He's a plus 11 on a bad Calgary team. So he can impact winning. And he has informed the Calgary Flames that he is interested in playing with the Lightning either through trade or through free agency. So that helps the Lightning a lot with leverage. And it almost seems like this is not... It looks like the writing's on the wall a little bit for the Lightning to get some reinforcements on the defensive side of the puck.
Yeah, we definitely need it after losing Sergachev for the year, which is still a tough loss. No matter what you think about him, he's still a solid piece for our defense. So we need somebody to fill that role, and hopefully this guy can do it. And it seems like, probably going to trade for him. I mean, if you're already saying you want to come to the Lightning, I mean, come on. Make it happen. I think defense would be good at any position. I know there's a guy on the Flyers that also is on the Lightning's radar, so we'll see what they do with that. And then, again, wish list time. I would love Bowen Byram.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
He seemed to love playing Amalie Arena.
Yeah.
He loved it.
He was showing off for his new team.
He played really good. He had a beautiful pass, too. I think he assisted one of their goals as well. But
I know we're not trying to run a museum, but I would like Ryan McDonough back.
Yeah. Hey.
Come on. Let's get
defensemen. We need defensemen. It's just with the youth and the ineptitude of a lot of these defensemen, unfortunately, we need to bolster it if we want to make any noise, if we want to make the playoffs. Because like we just said, we're in danger of that. With the games in hand being so much more for the other teams, we're in danger of it. So bolstering the lineup would be huge.
We're not used to this as Lightning fans. Like, this is what it feels like to be spoiled.
Yeah, we're used to getting that piece to help us for the late May, but we need this piece for the March and April run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the playoffs are going to just assume it's like, let's hope we go to the playoffs hot. But now it's like, let's just hope we go to the playoffs.
I know, this is frustrating because I felt, literally last week, I felt like just how they were playing, even with some of the losses, I just thought getting a little slow off the All-Star break, but now I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned.
It's so It's unfortunate because you just go. You feel so good after you get in Boston and Colorado. Those are just two of the best wins. Huge wins. They're huge wins, and it just something has been off for this homestand for the Lightning. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Are we ready to predict?
Yeah,
So,
we got it.
I have one more.
I
thing
can
to
just
say.
read it off
Because
Joel-
Sergachev's out for the year, that opens up his cap space.
Yeah, and this
So-
Hannafin guy, his cap hit for the whole season is $4.95 million. Obviously, we'll have to pay him less because we're only paying him for a portion of the year.
Yeah,
so the cap should work.
We can do pretty much anything with a cap. It'll be interesting to see what we give up as far as player return goes. So, I trust our management. They'll find a diamond.
Do you though? We traded 5 picks for Tanner Janelle.
I don't understand that move to this day. I really don't. I still think it's one of the best front offices in the NHL. And maybe Janelle will play a little better at some point. But I still don't. The production he's given us, I don't know what the thought process was for 5 picks.
I agree.
I don't understand
Yeah,
that.
it's a crazy trade. It could be. I don't want to talk negative, but if the Lightning do fizzle and this is their last run and they can't get back to their glory days, that could be the trade that cemented it for them.
Yeah,
it really
seriously.
could be. You trade that many assets and you get basically a player that, I mean, I don't even know if he's contributing a lot. I mean, he's a third liner maybe, second, maybe fourth liner, and you
Never
traded
hear
5
from him.
picks. I mean, that's
I mean,
a
I can
huge
look up his
dent
stats
in your
here.
assets. And I know his stats aren't great. So
It's one of their only strikeouts, but it came at a very bad time as
Yeah.
far as the toward the end of this run.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points.
Yeah.
Negative 11 plus
Oof.
minus.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the IR. He got hurt.
I guess he must have got re-hurt, which is
He's
even
played
worse.
42 games this year.
Thought he came back.
Projected to play 62.
Yeah. So just remember that trade. Hopefully
He
it's
got put
not.
on IR 1 day ago. I don't even remember him getting hurt.
I don't know either.
Whatever.
But yeah, remember that trade.
It's how forgettable he is. I got to be
Yeah.
honest.
Remember that trade if the Lightning start to go south.
That's an all-time quote. That has to be a clip. We have to save this, and then if
Going on Instagram.
fizzles out, we'll be like, hey, we called it. We need
Yeah.
to start doing that when we get stuff right.
Mm-hmm. Pull up the receipts, baby.
Yeah. There's a couple. There's a couple I can
There's a
think of in my
couple.
head.
There's a couple.
A lot of them is just Joel knowing exactly when the Bucks would lose when you desperately need them to win.
like 13-4.
We all did pretty good on the Bucks record too. We did.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel did predict that the Rays were going to get smoked in the wild card.
but not this year.
He did say when I was doing the game, I was listening to the episode, he did say the Rays would win game 2 though. I gotta get him there. But he did
You
say
should have been
he
more
would.
negative, Joel.
He just gave a hint at what our game is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We still got a whole team to get through, but we got to predict these games.
Yeah, well, because we're full of integrity here at TB3. We already did the predictions because we want to get all the games in for
No
the week.
cheating.
We go week by week. That's how we do the predictions. I still have to I got married a month ago. I gotta get back to some stuff for the show. So I'll come out with the prediction scoreboard here within the next few weeks to let you guys know if you're interested.
The plan is to go to the end of the hockey season, and then we'll give out the rewards.
Yeah, so we're getting close actually. So these are big, and it doesn't seem so good for you two because you both said the Lightning would go 3-1 this week.
I thought I went more negative.
Foreshadowing that might already be false.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, Joel.
Colby, though, you said Connor Sheary would score.
Oh, I'm thinking of last week. That's why.
Joel, you said Anthony Cirelli would score. And I said the Lightning would go 2-2. They need to make up some work for me, though, this weekend. And Glenn Denning would score. So we'll see how that plays out next week.
Yep. And speaking of next, we're going to talk about the next Rays season because like we said earlier in the show, it's Rays season. Spring has sprung. It is February 22nd, and there is a real live Rays baseball game in 2 days.
I think the Dodgers.
Yes,
played today.
Dodgers and Padres played
Baseball
today.
is in the
Padres got
air.
smoked.
It was graphic.
Oh.
The pants were actually bad. I saw a clip. It was like graphic. I mean, there's kids at these games.
Yeah,
Fanatics.
no,
What are
Fanatics
you
needs
doing?
Fanatics needs to fix that. If you don't know what we're talking about, just know the pants are see-through, and when you can see through pants, you can see inappropriate things. And that's all we're
Dark
gonna leave it.
underwear. That's what you fellas need out
Apparently.
there in the bigs.
Apparently.
Wow, they play the Tigers. Rays play the Tigers on Sunday. Let's see what else they got.
I think
No,
they play-
Saturday.
Yeah, it's
they play the
Saturday.
Braves. I
Braves
did not
on
see they play
Saturday.
the Braves on Saturday. 105. Then they play the Tigers on Sunday.
Love it. Every day I love baseball.
Wow, they play a game every day. The rest of
Wow.
February, there's a Rays game every day. The rest of February.
awesome.
That is
I'm getting
huge.
baseball
awesome.
goosebumps.
So yeah, spring training is here. Before we get into spring training, I think we should get into the move the Rays made. The stove's hot. The
They
Rays
made a move.
The Rays made.
They made a move.
did.
They spent more than $1 million.
Yep. 500,000 more to be exact, as the Rays signed Ahmed Rosario to a 1-year, $1.5 million contract to become one of the options at shortstop now that he who must not be named is not going to be playing baseball anymore.
Yeah, it's a good move.
It's a really good move.
Because the Rays signed Yu Chang back. If you're Yu Chang lovers, he's back with the Rays as well. That's also the move they made. And I was
Yu
like,
Chang clan.
okay, great. They just solved their problem with the fringe AAA guy. So that's great. No, they made even a better move. And they got Ahmed Rosario. Played with the Dodgers last year and the Guardians.
Dodgers, yep. 305 on base percentage, 683 OPS. Not great numbers, but he does do really good against left-handed pitchers. He mashes lefties. He's definitely going to be one of the options. I think right now Taylor Wallace is a little banged up, so right now Caballero is slated to be the starting shortstop. So it's either going to be Rosario or Caballero are going to be playing shortstop almost every day. I feel a lot better about Rosario. I think he has some proven success in the MLB, and I think in the right fit with the right opportunities, he could be a guy who hits, 270, 280 and be an on-base guy for you.
That's exactly what you need. Just get a couple knocks in for the rest of the team, and that's all you need him to do. We don't need him to be some hero. We play by the numbers. We play by the analytics. Just get on base. Just get knocks. We'd love to see that. I just think, the saddest part is that definitely means
That's
done.
already happened. That's already happened.
I still held out hope.
I'll still be optimistic.
The courtroom.
It's over today.
Nah,
today it broke that the bank seized his accounts because he
all
wasn't
over.
paying up his lawyers. So he
He took a risk and he loved it.
I was holding some hope, but after today, it's over.
It's over.
I wonder how long he'll be out. Like, is this like a Josh Hamilton thing? We're gonna. Oh,
he's going to jail. He's
Never
never
going to diminish.
He's
got
never
money, though.
never playing
They'll
baseball.
Probably find a way to
He
bail
doesn't
him.
Joel-
have money. They seized his accounts.
Joel,
he's done.
he's never playing baseball again.
I don't know.
Which is it's just why does it have to be us?
Yeah. Why?
Why couldn't it have been Anthony Volpe or something?
we'll see. He's gonna find a way out, and he'll be in a Yankee. uniform.
My question.
That's something that you can keep the receipt for.
I think he's done. Like I think he'll literally be.
He's never.
I don't know if he'll come back to
again.
America. Like he might be in the DR forever.
He should be in jail forever.
That'll be an
He
interesting.
should not be a functioning citizen of the world. He should be in jail. He's a pedophile.
He'll be an interesting guy to keep on the back burner for the next few years.
Oh
I don't
my
know,
goodness,
though.
Joel! Stop
if
saying
Deshaun
that.
Watson can play in the NFL, maybe Wander will come back.
I mean,
one day.
like
I
these guys
guess.
can get away with some stuff.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Let's get back. Let's bring it back in.
Ray
man.
Lewis. He killed 2 people.
Allegedly.
Wait, just
He definitely did.
just to bring it back, was it Tim Anderson that was the White Sox guy?
Yeah, well, now he's a Marlin. He
Yeah,
signed today.
I mean, like, this whole move, it's great and all, but, like, seeing Tim Anderson signed to the Marlins.
Nah,
Like,
I'd rather have Rosario than Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson was really bad last year, and he sucks at defense. Rosario,
and his career's ended after getting knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out cold blooded. Also,
I'll be interested to see compare the stats throughout the season because I'd rather have a name just for the sake of the Rays saying, "Hey, we got you a name." Franco's gone, but we got you a name.
I already saw a comparison of a move that the Blue Jays made, where they signed Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and you put those side by side with Ahmed Rosario's numbers, and Kiner-Falefa got 2 years, $15 million. Rosario got 1 year, 1.5, and Rosario's stats are almost better across the board. So, I mean, it's a really solid Rays move. I think it's going to pay off, and I think he might have a career year. I really do. That's kind of what seems to happen when people go to the Rays, and I'm really high on the signing. I'm still curious. We'll get into this after with spring training. I'm really curious to see what type of year Caballero has because last year was his first year in the bigs. He played in the WBC, but he's also an older guy, so I don't know how much room he has to improve. But definitely,
he's not super old though. He's like 28, I thought.
He's 28, but he's not like a 24-year-old coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely. I'm interested to see what the shortstop looks like, and if someone can play better than Taylor Walls and not make me see Taylor Walls up to bat 3 times every night,
please no.
That'd be good.
No.
Before we go spring training, Ahmed Rosario had 15 stolen bases last year, 96 on his career, so he can run. He fits in with the Rays in that way too. He's got multi-tooled player is what I would call him. So yeah, I think it's a really solid signing. Do we want to grade it?
I'll give it. Honestly, I would give it a A-.
I'd say B+.
I think I don't know. I hate to disagree with you, Joel, but I don't think signing Tim Anderson would have been better. Just to replace a star with a one star, but really he hasn't contributed much to Chicago, and now who knows what he's going to do with the Marlins.
It's not so much stats. It's just like, hey, like, look, guys, we put in $4 million.
Ahmed Rosario
Don't cry, the boat's not sinking.
Here's the thing,
but maybe they're saving it for Luis Arias.
I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but like
Cody Bellinger.
The average Joe has no idea
JD
who
Martinez.
this guy is.
No,
if he's got Tim Anderson, they'd be like, oh, okay, we got Tim Anderson. Like, we're still trying. We're still giving him a shot.
I think the ratio of people of who knows who's Tim Anderson and who knows who Ahmed Rosario is like not that much more.
It's probably like 2/3 of baseball knows Tim Anderson, and then a quarter knows.
But is Tim Anderson drawing fans of the park?
No, he might actually turn people away.
He might.
People don't like him. Joel,
guys.
You got to think about PR. People actually really don't like Tim Anderson. He's like
he fell off quick.
Yeah,
his fall off was crazy quick.
Also, Ahmed Rosario was like a really highly touted prospect too, so that could get some people excited. I feel good about this. I said B+. Will said A-. Joel, what's your grade?
I'll go B in the middle.
All right,
85.
I like it.
Take it.
But yeah, I think we're going to do a little bit of a spring training preview because like we said, Saturday, February 24th, the games start. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of a recap of who's here and who's not here. So this offseason, the Rays signed Phil Maton. They signed Naoyuki Uwasawa from Korea. Excited about him.
He's been turning some heads.
Yes, I'm excited about him.
He's been turning some heads. He might be a dog.
Yeah, the Rays also traded Andrew Kittredge and got in return Richard Palacios. And then they also traded Nuke Rayleigh. Hope he does good in another place. I'm going to miss him for Jose Caballero, who we already mentioned. They traded Tyler Glasnow, like we already mentioned on the show a couple episodes ago, for Johnny DeLuca and Ryan Pepiot. They signed Tyler Alexander. And in free agency, they also lost Jake Diekman and Robert Stevenson, 2 other teams.
They lost Josh Fleming,
I'm
too.
going to miss Robert Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. And Bethencourt.
I'll
miss Bob Steve. Pinto's got the keys to the car right now. I'm kind of excited.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays always let go of one good bullpen guy every year. We said Stevenson signed for a lot. I think.
He did. Yeah, it was a multi-year contract.
Like, come on, Rays. Keep him around. Bullpen. I don't care if they're replaceable.
I think, dude, I'm excited for Uwasawa. I think he could be the Rob Steve of this year, man.
Yeah,
at the bullpen.
It's he's been getting some high praise from people down there in Port Charlotte. I was listening to an interview with Andy Freed, the voice of the Rays, on AM 620.
95.3.
95.3 on your FM dial. There are competitors, so I won't give them too much praise.
But maybe they'll be our
friends. They got
friends.
the Rays. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, he's turned some heads, and I think the cool thing is that from overseas, he was scouting out the Rays. It's not like the Rays were really looking at him. He wanted to play for the Rays. And you love to see that. And you love guys who want to come and play for you. And, I think hopefully this will be a huge, huge pickup for the Rays.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing, like we mentioned, Jose Caballero. A very interesting player. It's not often that you don't make your big league debut until you're 27, 28. I'm not exactly sure, but he was old. But he did a lot of good things. He only hit 221, but this is a guy that there's a lot of people are really high on him. They're really high on what he can do on a baseball. He is on a baseball field. He has a level swing. He's a really good defender. I think if there's anything that I know for sure about Jose Caballero is he's going to play defense at multiple positions at a very, very good level. So we know that. We know the Rays like that. It's just, can this guy become, a 280 hitter like some people think he is? Can he supply some occasional pop from the shortstop position? Because if he can do that, he could be a case study of a guy who revives and takes off his career with the Rays.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm like I want to see him do good. I'm just not really sold on him. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on him yet. I gotta see something.
I agree. I'm ready to just see what he's like. I really am. But another thing that I'm looking forward to is two guys. Curtis Mead and Junior Caminero. These are two really highly touted prospects that at least Curtis Mead and Junior, I think, too, the Rays are going to need some contributions from. These guys are talented, and these guys, will they be able to make the leap like people like Josh Lowe or Luke Raley made last year?
Yeah.
I think they will.
I was gonna bring this up because I think we're talking. It might even be the next thing, but kind of what we want to see from spring training. Gotta see one of our top prospects step up. Whether it be even Aranda, Mead, Caminero, and I think at least one of the two between DeLuca and Pepiot. Although I did hear Pepiot might be battling Taj Bradley out. That might be a big battle to watch in spring training.
I could be wrong. But I think both of them, at least to start until Springs and Rasmussen come, they both have
I'm
to be
saying they'll have to be on, but I'm saying they might battle when one of them comes back. So
that'll be interesting.
You'll get to see that, and it starts here in spring training. So but back to the prospects. Need one of them to step up. Need one of them to step up and be a solid guy. Be a guy for this team.
I think it'll be Curtis Mead's year.
I hope so. Everybody's saying it, man.
There's something about him that I trust.
I have a really good feeling about Curtis Mead as well.
I
I'm with
trust
Joel.
him.
I think Curtis Mead, to me, I think he's due for a Josh Lowe type year. I really do. I think Junior might be up and down. He might not get as much consistent playing time. But I think ideally in the Rays world, I think what we're going to see is I think Brandon Lau is going to start making that transition to being almost full-time DH with Harold and him. And I think Curtis Mead, if he plays like I think he can, I think he's going to be the everyday second baseman. I think that level swing, we saw a lot of good things at the end of the year. He hit velocity. He looked more and more comfortable every game. He's one of those patented St. Pete pups that we were talking about back in the day. And I really feel good about Curtis Mead. I think he's going to be an X factor for this team, outdoing expectations once again.
Yeah, at this point, it's just a need. It's not really I hope or I'm excited. It's a need. Somebody's got to step up.
And I think that's their intention this season, not bringing in any names, anything of note in the hitting area on the team. I think we're really putting all our chips in on some of these prospects.
Exactly my point. You need them to step up if you're not going to make any moves for Bellinger.
Hey, there's a couple of guys still out there.
There is.
How do you guys feel about the free agency? What's keeping these guys from signing?
It's weird. This has been a weird.
This is the weirdest one.
It's been boring, slow. I don't know what it is.
I just think teams are getting a little too stingy with their money.
They
I really
are.
do. I think it's teams whether it's injuries or age or what. I think definitely this is not a great free agent class other than Shohei and also some of the guys that have already gotten
I
signed.
don't know, like Blake Snell's still out there.
But I think Blake Snell, people are really weary about either an injury to him or him falling off a cliff because he's such an inconsistent player. And I think he knows he can get more money than he's getting or thinks he can. And I think teams are just not offering the big money that you would think a Cy Young pitcher would be getting.
I think a lot of it's the Rays' fault. It's like the Rays are like, hey, look, we can be profitable in the regular season, and we're not going to do much in the postseason, but we're going to be profitable, and we'll keep fans slightly entertained. And I think a lot of teams are taking that approach.
That's actually not that. I've heard people say that. Like, I think that's some people who don't like the Rays don't like them for that reason. They think that the Rays show that players are kind of expendable and you can kind of just use them and milk them until they're dry and then not pay them what they're worth. And it sucks. I don't like to be a fan of a team that does that, and that's kind of what they're known for. But I'm a Rays fan till I die. Yeah. But I would love Stu Sternberg to cut it out.
So, yeah, I think this free agency going forward, like seeing a free agency like this, I think this is going to be something that shakes up the way that contracts are giving out and the salary cap is seen in baseball and all those kind of things.
And I think they're going to – I think they already mentioned this, but I don't think there's any way they don't have like a free agency period set by next year.
I saw that, but I think the players are really against it.
I don't know. I guess – yeah, that is the problem.
Might be another strike.
Yeah. They already signed the CBA. They shouldn't have that. Was that what? That was 21 or 20? That was 22, right?
Good. 22.
Yeah. Crazy. Unless you guys got anything else. I got moving on. I was going to say, what do the newcomers look like? I know we talked about it a little bit. For me, I'm so excited to see Ryan Pepiot. I think I've already heard some good things coming out of camp. I heard Neil Solak and Andy Fried talking about him. I think it's yeah. Oh, you're right. My bad.
He so lacks in his character and personality.
Neil Solons.
He's awesome. We got to talk about Fan Fest after
We love
this.
him. Yes, we will.
I'm excited.
But yeah, I'm excited to see Ryan Pepiot. I think he's going to do a lot of good things with Snyder Tack and Snyder Man. If there's anyone, Will, is there any newcomer or guy they signed that you're really excited to see?
I don't want to butcher his name, but the outfielder.
DeLuca?
No, from the Cards.
Palacios.
Yes. I didn't want to butcher his name. Palacios, I feel like that could be actually a good move, and I hope he's solid, and I hope he's a big home run masher out there. And maybe it'll put fire under L Lightning Man, Jose Siri. Maybe he'll put some fire under him for his job, so... Hopefully that's good in the outfield. Yeah, Palacios is probably my big guy I want to see.
I'm with you.
See do something.
I'm with you.
I don't really know the names of the players this offseason. Like I feel like I'm kind of that guy on the outside where it's like the Rays didn't do anything. I'm not happy about that, but
you're Simon Cowell of the show. That's your shtick.
I'm going into my positive spot. I was setting the table, but now I'm gonna say I trust our own. I don't trust the owner. I would never say that. I don't trust. I trust our management. I know we're finding the best players that our ownership will allow us to get. So I trust the process. The guys we've gotten, they'll be good. They'll do their job.
Yeah, I'm with you on Palacios. I think one thing that stuck out to me is when that trade happened, a lot of Cardinals fans were not happy about it. They were not happy about it. I saw a lot.
Don't trade with the Rays.
Well, and I think they're just they saw the player that he could become. He had some big hits for him. Big lefty bat, has some pop on the pull side. I think he could be a really valuable player for this team. I think he could be kind of your sneaky Luke Raley, or even, I know it's easy to make the comparison because we traded him from the Cardinals back in the day, but he could be Randy Arozarena, have that flair, and haven't had the same opportunity. But I'm with Will. I think those, Pepiot and Palacios, I think are my two most excited players to see this season. I think, is there any... Oh, I think another thing is Taj Bradley and spring training. I don't know when he's slated to start, but I'm excited to see Taj Bradley. I've said this a million times. I really want to see his repertoire change. I think Taj Bradley, he throws that terrible freaking cutter, and literally his fastball is elite, his changeup was good, his curveball is good, but he would throw that cutter like 20% of the time, and it got mashed. It got mashed in the big league level. So either did he improve on that pitch? Did he make it more of a slider or more of a pitch that is not going to get mashed? Or did he get rid of it and focus on his other pitch? I'm really excited to see that because I think Taj Bradley could have a really big year and a breakout if he kind of tweaks his arsenal a little bit.
We at this point in this Blake Snell trade, we need to see something come out of Taj Bradley. Like, as a Rays fan, I'm getting to the point now where I'm going to say I've almost given up on the idea of winning a World Series. All my focus really is just winning these trades. Like, I want to win this trade. And Taj Bradley's the last piece we really have around for this trade.
They already lost that trade.
No, there's still a chance.
Taj Bradley's
as
from the
long
Blake
as
Snell
he's under
trade?
contract. Did Blake Snell get him a championship? He didn't get him a championship.
That's true.
So there's still a slim chance we could win this trade.
Wait, Taj Bradley's from Blake Snell
he
trade?
might not have been. He might not have been.
I don't think so. I think it was Patino.
Oh, you're right. Then we lost that trade. You're right.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I was gonna say.
There's a minor leaguer that's still Cole Wilcox.
Yeah, you're right. That guy.
They lost that trade though. They lost that trade. They've done lost that trade.
Frankie Mejia's still around.
Who did we get Taj Bradley from then?
I think we drafted him.
Yeah, I think he came up through the Rays.
We might need to get the intern on that one. But wherever he's from, there's still a shot he could be a winner.
Yeah.
Where's Luis Patino? We got to get him.
White Sox.
We traded him for
cash.
Like 20.
That's
cash.
the problem, Rays. We had to win that trade, and you
For
forced us
chips
to
and
lose
bag
that
of
trade.
soda.
Frankie Mejia is still around. He's probably going to be backup catcher. He might have a breakout year. Just think about it.
Yeah,
and
that player that isn't talked about much in that trade, I think there is still a shot he could.
Yeah, he's in the minors. You never know. He's a prospect.
We lost the trade. I'm not even trying to be negative. We just lost.
It wasn't a good trade. I agree. We could have gotten so much more for him.
And now he'll never come back. He's a free agent. He'll never come back.
It stinks
to Tampa.
because, like, honestly, I think looking back, that was actually a great time to trade him. It was like his value was his highest, but we did not get a good return.
Everybody was on his side. They were like, if you left Blake Snell in, it would have worked.
Yeah.
It'd just be fun to keep one of these guys, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be fun to keep one of them.
Well, that was
not the way the Rays play, man.
We were going to keep one of them for 10 years.
We were going to keep him
and
for 6.
Blew it.
We were going to keep him for 6 years. We're a different breed. We don't play to win baseball games. We play to win trades. And I got to say, it's pretty fun.
All right.
I went to Fan Fest.
Yeah, Fan Fest. Let's talk Fan Fest.
I went to Fan Fest, and it was unreal. Shout out, I was foreshadowing early in the show. The fans were unreal at this thing, okay? Because I went last year. Me and Joel went last year. It was a decent-sized crowd, I
got my Yoshi Sasugo shirt.
Joel went crazy at their
garage
sale, which is sweet. You go there. Seriously, next year, definitely go. If you're listening and you haven't gone, it is a blast. But one of the things they did have is everything's $5 garage sale. It's former merchandise, memorabilia. I got a present for Joel, and I didn't bring it to him. So next episode, I will give it to him on the show.
Ooh, unboxing.
He might go well with our Fred McGriff.
He might go well with Fred McGriff. But the craziest thing is, like last year when I went, solid crowd. Parked, no issue. I'm going down 19 to 275, turning on to exit 22 like I always do. I'm parking at the stadium. I'm sorry, I don't park anywhere else. If you have a cool spot, good for you. I park at the stadium. I want to be right there.
I park at Campbell Park.
I park in the Domino's parking lot.
For free.
Let me tell you, I have been to Rays playoff games. I've been to big games. I've never seen the parking lot that packed. Like, unbelievably packed. And the biggest line going onto the exit to get to the Rays parking. It was unreal. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the issue was Cirque du Soleil was there, so they took up a little bit of the parking lot. But seriously, I mean, there were so many people. So many people. If you follow us on Twitter or you don't, go to Twitter. I took a video of inside the stadium because it was even crazier. I mean, there were thousands of people there on the field.
I just realized I didn't post that on Instagram. Dang
I don't
it.
think I sent it. That's my bad.
I think you sent it in one of our group chats, and I just didn't
I
post
sent it on
it.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
but I should have just sent it. That's on me.
Okay.
I'm taking the blame for that.
All right. You're so
I was
kind.
starstruck. just to see the fans. This is a baseball town. We love the Rays. Man, there's just so many things. So many things there. They have it's free. They have alumni of the game. I didn't recognize any of the names, but they're there. So if you like autographs, you get them for free. They had the shop, their pop-up shop that they have near like second base. I did get the new spring training hat. I caved. I kind of like it. The yellow one.
It's been growing on me. Like seeing them in it. It's been growing on me just a little bit. I can't lie.
Yeah, so I got that. I met Tyler Alexander.
Big name.
I took a picture with them. This is the worst part because the line was super. This was the coolest thing they did this year that was different from last year. Is in the dugout, the away dugout, there was meet and greet players, which is awesome. Anybody could go. You just stand in the line. And you can take a picture with them, shake their hand. So the line's long, okay, and I see this bald guy. And I'm like, oh, man, that's Curtis Mead. I got to see him. So I'm waiting in line. I'm like, I'm about to meet Curtis Mead. That's awesome. I get up there. And I'm like, are you Curtis Mead? And he's like, no, I'm Tyler Alexander.
Did you say that to him? Oh, dude, that's bad.
And I was like, who is this?
You just blew any chance we ever had to interview him, bro.
And I was like, oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Nice to meet you. I took a picture with them. I was so embarrassed because, like, from afar, I was like, Curtis Mead, bald, that registered in my head. I didn't realize Tyler Alexander was bald. We got him off of waivers last November from Detroit. Kind of went under the radar. That was football season. So that was my bad. Tyler Alexander. That was completely on me.
Dude, when he's like our lefty specialist, you're going to remember that moment. Dude, you had that picture? Dude, I'm going to post it with no context anytime he gets out of an inning. Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
I can actually show it to you.
I think I've seen it, dude. That's so funny. I'm literally okay. Follow us on Instagram because anytime this guy does anything good in the Rays game, I'm just posting that picture with no context.
And my smile is so bad because I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
That's so funny.
Ask him who's Curtis Mead.
It's okay. One day when we're big and we're interviewing players like that, we're gonna
be like,
hey, Will,
can
you remind us of that story you had with him?
Yeah, we'll laugh about it.
Yeah.
Tyler Alexander, I appreciate you. I'm happy you're at Tampa Bay Ray. Come on the podcast. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we'll laugh at the story next week if you want.
Yeah,
seriously. But okay, back to the Rays. I met Doug Wechter.
Nice.
He's a Bally Sports guy.
Doug, baby.
The biggest line of the day, and you some of you fans have some explaining to do. The biggest line of the day was to meet Trisha Whitaker.
She rocks. I don't even care what you're trying to insinuate right now. She rocks. I would love to meet Trisha Whitaker. She's awesome.
But if I'm 50 years old,
That's a little weird. That's a little weird. I'm with you.
I don't know about that.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's a little suspect.
As far as the ladies who have interviewed players go, she's one of the best and most.
She's the best. That's why Apple hired her.
Yeah.
Apple hired her. She's on their Friday night broadcast. So good for her. But
the random Apple TV games that she did, and it was also Rays. I loved it. It was like someone. I was like, we're undercover, but I know you love us, Trish.
Exactly.
I know you love us.
Exactly. And she would play it off so good too. Like she wasn't. On Bally.
They had her wearing those headphones though. You remember? Like when she was doing
the new AirPods.
Yeah. I'm like,
That was just showing off merchandise.
I know, seriously.
Let me get this quick. I want to get to the game. They did a little show in the middle. They had a stage and they had shows going on all day. So like some of the broadcasters went up there, and then they had Pete Fairbanks with Jason Adam go up and had a little teammate game, which I thought was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And Pete Fairbanks kept calling Brandon Lau Little Man. I don't know what that was about, but I thought that was hilarious. And I might take that and call him Little Man because it was just so funny. Maybe not. That might just be a teammate thing, but he should not have said that out loud because I definitely want to take that and call him Little Man.
Only when he strikes out.
And then he actually went to the dugout to take pictures. But, like, I got in line because, like, I got to meet Snake Eyes Pete. If I meet anybody, that's a dog. Then he left for something else, so I didn't get to see him. But I did. The highlight of the day, I did get an autograph from Neil Solondz. the voice of the Tampa Bay
The
Rays.
man.
Did get his autograph. I took a picture with them. Because I think some people have their dislike towards them.
Some people are on this panel.
There might be some people who don't like him calling the games. We loved Dave Wills, and it's really sad. That kind of came and went before we started the show, so I guess we can say it now. What a guy, made Rays games awesome. And I know some people might not like Neil yet, but I think what he really does good is he just talks to you like you're sitting there watching the game
you're
with
a kindergartner.
But he's like you're sitting in the game on a couch watching it with them, and he's talking ball. And he would always do so good with the post game. Literally, you'd be fuming after a loss, and he would just kind of get you off the ledge, come back, let's enjoy the Rays. We love the Rays. Dan and Eastlake would do a good job at that too. He would talk me off the ledge a couple times.
Oh, Dan and Eastlake.
We need him on the podcast. If you listen to the Rays postgame, you know exactly. Well, not even just Rays, because he calls in for the Bucks too. This guy's a legend. He gets more airtime than half the guys on.
And he's like, if you ever want to come on the show,
I'll just give him a mic and let him talk for an hour.
I'm pretty sure I know Dan from Eastlake personally.
I've heard the name.
I
know him personally.
Get him on the show. I'll just let him go loose. He can talk paint off a wall. Just let him go. So I was happy to meet Neil Solondz. That was probably the highlight of the day. And if you were a fan who went, awesome, good for you. Great turnout. You love to see that, just excitement. Mm-hmm. So the excitement's in the air for baseball, and you love to see that. And you love to see that there's people here who support the Rays. You went to the ballpark. You sat in traffic. You sat in lines.
Do it for the games. Do it for the games.
It wasn't even a game. So I know you can do that for at least 3 to 4 games this year. So shout out the Rays fans. And if you didn't go this year, definitely go next year. Maybe we'll have our own booth this time next year.
That would be awesome.
Maybe.
It's good to see because I feel like there was a lot of excitement for the Rays last year during the season, but the playoffs dampened it, obviously, just not a good showing. But it's good to see that it didn't completely take away from the excitement. People are excited for Rays baseball, and I'm excited for Rays baseball.
Me too. I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
Saturday, I'll be watching.
Man. All right.
Is it time for the game?
It's time for the game. All right, Will.
Okay.
Will's got a game for us, and he's going to explain it right now.
Yeah, so we played games in the past. We played Trick or Treat. We've done the Thanksgiving game. We did the most recent one, our Valentine's. Are you in the friend zone? Or are you loving it? So this is one of my favorites. I've seen other shows do this. It's called Who Said It? So I went back. We are at 29 episodes, and then we had at least 2 or 3 specials. There were about 30 episodes. I took 17 quotes from us 3. Some of them are short, some of them are long, a lot of them are funny.
17, like Alex Killorn.
Exactly. I did an odd number. I love your games.
Oh, but I
did an odd number in case it's close.
Yeah, smart. I don't think we've had a tie.
I do have a tiebreaker, though. I might even just add it just for fun.
All right. I love fun. I love games.
So, yeah.
Let's go.
It's just us 3. So, Joel and Colby, you guys are playing against each other.
Oh, you're going down,
head
buddy.
to head. You're
going down.
I'll read the quote, and you guys simply just have to tell me who said it.
All right.
Is it just me and him, or are you in the game?
I'm in the game, too.
So there are your quotes.
It's not just you two. It's not just your 2 quotes. I have some of my quotes.
Dude,
do you have
any Ethan or Luke quotes in there?
That might be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
That might be the tiebreaker. I didn't want to say it.
Okay. Just making sure we're not.
Or it couldn't be any of them.
We couldn't.
So let me pull it up here. All right. Pull up something too. Keep track of the score.
Okay. Or just keep track of how many you get right, Joel, and I'll keep track of how many I get right. All right?
Okay. Quote number 1. This is he talking about Byron Brown. Didn't have it in the Alabama game, but ever since that, the fire has been lit within him, and I'm ready for the Bucks to draft him. Who said it?
Will.
I'm going to say Joel.
I don't know players that well.
You say Will.
I said Joel.
You say Joel. It was Joel, you said
I
it.
knew it.
I don't.
Joel, you said it.
Joel always gets excited for college football, and he always wants the Bucks to draft him. That's his thing. He's like, oh, that guy had 10 yards rushing. The Bucks should draft him.
They should. 10 yards.
All right.
That's more than
All right.
we get sometimes.
Good job, Colby.
Yeah, one. I
Got
got one.
right off the rip. All right, here we go. Question number 2. I really want to see Trask start because I think when you go and invest in a guy, I think the Bucks drafted him, the second round? You want to see that guy eventually play, and you want to see that pick come into fruition. Who wanted Trask to start in the offseason? Who said it?
That sounds like something I would say, but I'm Christmas treeing it. You wouldn't pick me twice. I'm gonna say you.
I'm gonna say Will too.
Yeah.
I think Will.
It was me. I said it. I cannot believe I said that.
It doesn't sound like you at all.
I know.
I think we all said we wanted Trask to start.
I think we
I
did.
still want
We all
Trask to
did.
start. Get him in.
But maybe you guys thought, I said Baker.
See,
or something.
I thought I kind of sniffed the trick question. I thought everyone was gonna. You thought we're trying to cater it like I said it, but I figured you said it. I sniffed it.
That sounds like something I said. That's why I was like, but I said the last thing.
That's smart. Okay, question number 3. It's 2-1, Colby.
Oof.
Here's the quote. We live on the Clearwater side of Tampa. We are cramped up in traffic all day long. It's not that hard to get to a couple of baseball games. It's really not that bad. Who said it?
I'm gonna say
Colby said that.
That sounds like your terminology. I'm gonna go Will just for the sake of keeping that answers a little different.
I'm gonna say I said that.
So you say me.
I'm saying you. Colby
You
saying
say
Colby.
yourself.
Yeah.
It was Colby.
Oh,
Colby
dude.
said it. Defending the Raisin St. Pete.
Come
So it's
on
now 3-1.
That was so harsh. I knew it was me. I knew
That sounds like Will's vernacular though.
maybe a little bit. Man, am I gonna go 17 for 17? Am I
You
too
might.
full?
I hope I didn't make this too easy.
Am I too full of myself and others? Is that what it is?
I hope I
It
didn't
might be
make this
because
too
I
easy.
listened to this. I listened to it too hard because I'm too hard on myself. I listened to every word because I'm like, oh, you stuttered there, you bozo, you suck.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. Quote is, Steve Sarkisian, I think he's a certified bum. Who said it?
That's got to be you.
Well,
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah.
It was
You're
me.
the only person on the show
That one
uses
might have been a little
term.
too easy. Bum. I say bum.
you're the only one who would go after Steve Sarkisian for no reason like that.
That's true. Maybe I have a lot of hate in my heart for him.
It's like I don't know. That guy's name definitely wasn't me.
All right, here we go. So the catchers are hitting? That's weird. I think they might be a little intimidated by Francisco Mejia coming back soon. They're trying to keep their spots or something like that. I mean, that's great. Good for them.
That's me.
I think that's Joel too.
That's definitely me.
You both saying
Yeah,
Joel?
That sounds like something.
think Joel.
That sounds like a Joel sentence to a T.
It was Colby.
Wow.
Colby was slandering the catchers.
Apparently.
I mean, that sounds like me. Sorry, Colby, you didn't go.
All right,
you
wait, so
didn't
that was
go
question 5,
17 for
right?
17.
Mhm.
I'm 4 and Joel is 2, right?
2. Yep. 4-2. Here we go. Question 6. Oh, that one seems a little too easy. We'll skip.
You got to
Okay, here we go.
Tiebreaker.
Here we go. Speaking of that, Taylor Walls sucks. There's nothing left to say.
That's gotta be me.
I think it's Will.
Final answers?
I'm going me.
It was Joel. You
Wow.
That's right, Taylor Walls. You heard it from here, and you heard it from me again. I got confidence in you sucking.
That's so funny. You know what was hard about that one? I think all 3 of us could have said that.
That's true.
Oh, man. We're haters on this
We
show.
are
We
haters.
are definitely
It's all right,
haters.
Taylor Walls. When you hit 280 next
We're
year,
lovers too,
I'll
though.
eat my words on a
We're
paper
lovers
plate.
too.
So it's now 4-3. There's 11 questions left. Let's see here. This one might be... Okay, here we go. He, referring to Pete Alonso, is slightly autistic with his actions, but sometimes He's a machine.
I know who said this.
Yeah.
I know who said
I
this.
mean, it's between you two. I'm gonna have to decide who says that word. I don't say that word on air.
I know who said this, and I got some flack from my friends.
I got it. All right.
Oh,
Colby.
that's Colby. I just gave it to him.
I was leaning that way anyways. It's all right.
It
That was the first episode, I think.
Yeah,
that was the first episode.
It might be. Hey, we were learning.
We haven't gotten canceled yet.
Don't use that word on there.
I meant it endearingly, and I know that sounds weird, but I did mean it endearingly.
All right, so it's 5-4. 5-4. Here we go. Next question. Nobody wanted Mertz, and he, referring to Napier, turned him into one of the most reliable and better quarterbacks in college football this year. Who said it?
I know who said this.
Will.
Will.
Well, you got it. It was me. I did say that.
I clipped that one for Instagram.
Oh, really? I should have looked at that.
I got to clip Will when he talks nice about the Gators. No, I remember it. I remember. That's a good. You're right. You're right.
All right, here we go. Next quote. Who said it? Aaron Savali is going to do what Aaron Savali does, and the Rays are going to lose.
That sounds like Colby.
Oh, I think it's Will.
Final answers?
I'm gonna go Colby.
It was Joel.
Wow. Both wrong.
Oh,
It was Joel, so the score is still 6-5. Glad you guys are getting some of these wrong. I was hoping for that.
It's like
I thought you guys would be like, "Oh, that's
it's
definitely."
like that's way too profound for me to say.
All right. Here we go. Next question. I like the sound of them. I like the pieces of Pepiot and DeLuca. They were in a good system, and they have a chance to be great. I think DeLuca, man, he might beat out Josh Lowe for Ray's sexiest player. Who said it?
I know it wasn't me.
You weren't on the episode too.
I would never use the S word.
You knew the episode.
I know.
So it's one of us too. You just got to get the right one.
I know it.
You know it?
Oh, I know it.
All right. I have my answer. I'll go first. Colby.
Will.
It was me.
Yeah.
It was me.
You
know how I love Josh Lowe.
Yeah.
You know how I love him. Oh, so you have a 2-question lead now. It's 7-5.
I needed that. The 1 point lead was getting stressful.
Okay, here we go. Next question. Or next quote. Bulls versus Bama on ABC. No publicity is bad publicity. Who said it?
Oh.
Taking a shot at the Bulls there. Who said it?
I think it was me.
I know that I mentioned it was on ABC, but I feel like I was positive on it. But
because we all thought they were getting blown out.
I'm gonna go me. That sounds like enough of a me.
I
thing.
think it's.
I'm gonna keep the answer separate.
I think it's me, Colby.
It was me. I said it. So there we go. Got another one wrong. It's still 7-5. Colby has a 2-question lead. Next quote. Stu Sternberg. He's back there. He's using a bicycle to power the Krabby Patty jellyfish factory.
That's Joel.
Me.
That's
It was Joel.
That was the best quote I ever had.
that might be the quote of the TB3 podcast. Actually,
It was just so random. I had to put it in there.
dude.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
That's our most liked Instagram reel to this day.
That was also on a reel?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was great.
That reel brought a tear to my eye.
Well, because I edited the scene in SpongeBob in
It
that
was
reel.
so
I'm
good.
I'm so real proud about that.
I cried at that.
It was good. It was really good.
All right, next one. It is, 8-6 now? If you have a good FSU team on your hands, a good way to know is if they absolutely underperform in the first half and still come out on top. Who said it?
I know it. I'm going to wait, though.
All right, I'll go first. I know I would think that, but I'm going to say you said it.
Colby said it.
It was Colby.
Bang!
So it's now 9-6.
Because that's how I feel. It's like a nightmare situation.
I mean,
honestly.
that's the best part of FSU. There's no problem there.
For you.
That's good for everybody.
Not for the person preying on their downfall.
Entertaining football.
They are the best. When they come from behind, they're a good team. Okay, so it's 9-6, Joel. You got some catching up to do because there's only
I'm going down. I'm having fun.
there's only 4 questions left. You have to go on a clean sweep.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, you have to have Cole get it wrong too. Next quote: "The football gods." This is unprecedented. It's a short one.
I'm gonna say you.
Will.
I'm gonna say you. Yeah, Will.
It was me.
It's a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
I think that was a bowl game episode.
Oh.
Bowl game episode. I don't know why I just said that. Like, I literally didn't say anything else. I just said the football god.
That's really funny.
I don't know what I was talking about.
You were just getting romantic about Bowl Mania, baby.
Yeah, I was getting fired up.
Yeah.
I was basically.
Oh, or you were mad about FSU.
Might have been mad about
mad about FSU.
But yeah. Next quote. "I don't want to be the Marlins. Let the Rays move to Nashville."
That was me.
That was Joel.
And I still stand by it today.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
Joel.
it was Joel. It
Man,
was Joel.
My stuff's too obvious.
All right, we're down to 2 left. Who said it? "It's like poetry. It rhymes, like George Lucas said."
That's got to be you.
It's Colby.
No? You guys are hard
What's
to tell
your
apart.
guess?
I mean, I said you. I'm going to stick by it. So I'm saying.
It was Colby.
I know.
The lead grows.
I love that
Last
video.
Last question, last quote. I mean, Todd Bowles could get in the middle and say, "Hey, kids, we're playing baseball." Who said it?
Joel?
I said that.
I think you did.
I mean, I'll take it. I mean, I'm down. I'm gonna say it was Will. Let's toss that one on Will.
It was Joel.
It was Joel. That one.
That's really funny.
That one had
What
me
was the
dying.
context of
I
that?
don't know. We were talking about the Bucks with Chris Godwin. I don't know why.
Was that the one where I got like 5 different coaches' names wrong?
Dude,
No, we were just going at it about the Chris Godwin situation, and I'm listening for a quote because I thought that'd be a good one. And then you just say, "Why doesn't Todd Bowles say, 'Hey kids, we're playing baseball'?"
All right.
That's really funny.
That's a good one to go out on.
It's really
I can't
funny.
believe you got that though because it's so random.
I mean, he knew he didn't say it, and you probably didn't say it.
Well, I remember it. I remember you saying something, and he's like, "Why didn't Todd Bowles just say, 'Hey kids, we're playing baseball'?" It's so funny. Yeah,
I bet I was thinking something funny in the moment, but I couldn't tell you now looking back in
That's
hindsight.
funny, dude. We gotta play this game like every 2 months. Like that was great.
can
I
do
loved
it.
it. Yeah,
That was
do it.
good.
There's still so many quotes from stuff. I was just trying to find some of the funnier ones. You guys want to get the tiebreaker?
yeah.
Give us the one from somebody else.
This was not one of us. Okay, there's your hint. Was not one of us. Ultimately, Josh Lowe will have the upper hand because he is the better looking brother, and it was not me.
Oh,
I bet that was Luke. It was either.
I think it might have been Ethan.
it was either Luke or Zach. Has Zach ever been?
No,
on?
Zach
No.
wasn't on the show. It might have been Matt though. Matt was on that one random.
I'm
episode.
gonna stick with Luke.
I'll say Ethan.
Ethan, Luke. You should have skipped to Matt.
I
Because it
almost
was
went
Matt.
Ah,
He was on the Rays wild card
Yeah.
special, and he also gave a shout out to Josh Lowe's looks.
yeah.
But that's a game.
When you're so beautiful and gorgeous, you're gonna get your
You
looks
get
shout
shout out a
yeah,
couple
you got
times.
it's natural. Man,
What
that
do
was
we
good.
think?
That was fun.
I liked it. I don't think we've missed on a game yet. Game's a game. Games are fun. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
I guess Mike Evans didn't get signed on the day where he could have saved the Bucks $8 million in cap space, and they were very far away from a deal, or both sides are far apart.
Another note: the Rays will be back in Port Charlotte this season for their spring training.
Yeah, true. They were in
The
Trop.
stadium's been fixed up, and I don't know what this means as far as future spring training plans go for them. But as of this year, they are back in Port Charlotte.
And shout out all the hardworking people that rebuilt all the things in Central to South Florida in that area after the hurricane. Shout out to you guys. You guys rock. And now we get to watch spring training baseball in a spring training stadium. and don't have to see a really, really empty Trop because that
That
just
wa-
made
that
me
was
sad. I
embarrassing.
didn't like
We
it.
got to make a trip down there.
We
I would
bookended
like
it. We
to.
were like really empty Trop in spring training and really empty Trop in postseason.
Hate that story, but it's all right.
On that bombshell, it's time to end.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, if you really, really want to, really want to, if you're on YouTube, drop a comment with your favorite TB3 quote or idea. Doesn't have to be word for word, but just something you remember us saying.
Yes, please.
And
if we get 5 people to do it, here we go. I'm dropping the numbers because
Yes.
I'm begging. I'm desperate.
You were close
for
to that
engagement.
poll. It was like 13, 14 votes.
I said
And you were
25.
Hey, more than halfway.
You're like
25 was a high bar.
You're like Abraham
Because I
right
wanted
now.
to get a good poll.
That's
I wanted
true.
to get.
We tried.
I want to get a good poll. So yeah, I'm saying 5. If 5 people give an idea for the next game or something they remember us saying and they liked it, comment down below. If 5 people do it, I'll take you to a spring training game. I will take the
Nice.
day off of work. I will sacrifice my own earnings. I will take one of the winners to a spring training game of their choice, and I'll buy them a hot dog at the game.
Woo!
Grandma Donna, that could be you.
So it's got to be something we actually said. So you got to do your research or be a huge fan, or it has to be a game you think we should play.
Yeah.
Only 5.
Only 5.
I will do it. I'm
Yeah.
desperate.
He already wants to go. Now you just meet a new friend.
I just really need an excuse to go.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah. And if
5 people.
And after you comment on YouTube, hit the like button. And if you are a new viewer, subscribe. We got a bunch of stuff. We have a uniform draft that you need to go back and watch. If you're new, you got to do it. Bunch of stuff. If you are listening on Spotify, hit the 5 stars. Follow us on Spotify. If you guys are interested in us, please, we're pumping out content. Instagram and Twitter/X. TB3 Sports Talk on Instagram and Twitter. We pump a bunch of content. We post a bunch of things, and we've all both been busy. There's going to be double the amount of stuff going on that stuff starting now, because I know me personally, I'm a lot less busy. I'm going to be able to post a bunch of stuff. Will is now a new wedded man.
I'm getting in the swing of things.
He's going to get in his grind. Joel is always grinding. You know him. But follow us on those things, because we're going to be posting a bunch of stuff, all right? And
you can always help and give us ideas, like I'm
Yes.
saying.
please.
If there's something you're desperate to see, I'll do it.
We're trying right now. We are trying to build. We have a small community, and we're trying to build it up. And the more you guys interact now as a small community, the more, if we ever do blow up, which we're working hard to, or just improve and get bigger, we're gonna bring you guys with us. We appreciate all of you guys right now, and we just want to build a Tampa Bay sports community that loves sports and loves talking about it, because that's what we do, and we've met so many people that love it too, and that's all we want to do. That's all we want to do, man. That's TB3 Sports Talk in a nutshell.
There we go. So you got another giveaway chance opportunity. Missed on the last couple. This could be your lucky day.
I don't know. Technically speaking, did we say that there was a cap on those ones?
Yeah, I've said a number for every single one.
No, I'm saying but let's
there
say
could be-
in a month that video caught some fire.
A late push.
It's usually likes or comments, and we're at close to 0. The view. I'm not going to do views because you can easily cheat that.
Yeah,
I'm here for engagement.
I don't remember exactly the episodes you've done it on.
I don't either. But
I've done it on a few.
All I'm saying,
It could
is,
be a very
people
poor
could go
man
back.
if people actually did do something, but nobody did.
All right.
So this is your chance. I'm making it easy.
He's making it so easy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
All right. Hey,
He has doubt.
he has doubt. Prove him wrong. TB3 Nation. All
Prove
right.
me wrong.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.